I lived in a shed when I was a little kid. My parents were drug addicts, and I was basically a mom at age 4. On Valentine's Day, when I was about 8, people from the state came and took us out of the house without telling us what was going on, and we couldn't take any of our stuff. We sat at the KVC office for a couple hours, and then they took us to Atchison for our first foster care home. They didn't really treat us like family there. They gave us all these rules that was only for foster kids and not for their kids. They would feed us the same dinner every night, but when the state came, they would act different. They would act like we were their family.
My CASA kiddo had been in a home where his mother, who was not married to his father, was a drug user. And she was on drugs when she was pregnant with him.
Both of the girls were meth babies.
He was an adopted child, and he'd had some violent episodes with his father.
They had been removed from the home. They spent 1 week in foster care, and then their aunt agreed to take them. However, it was very stressful for her. She has children of her own. And through this whole process, the day came when the state decided they had to remove them from that home.
Our first little one came home with all kinds of wires and monitoring equipment and was oh so tiny, under 5 pounds big.
Because of the separation from her family, had developed night terrors. And every night she was up screaming, just out of control. She wasn't fully awake, but she was just screaming. And this disrupted the entire family. And so they asked for her to be placed someplace else.
He was in, I believe, somewhere around 13 different placements over that 2.5 years.
Well, I was really young when I was put into the foster care system, so I don't remember a lot, but it was scary.
I think the kids in counties without CASA get lost.
CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocate.
The CASA's job is to focus on the child.
And that's the main, I think, benefit of a CASA is that individual attention to that child or that family that no one else can give them. The court certainly can't give individual attention, nor can the attorneys, the social workers, the therapists, but the CASA is there for that one particular family, and that can make all the difference in the world.
These kids get moved frequently. They have different social workers, sometimes every few months.
Every child needs to have at least one person in his or her corner, and not all kids have that.
Who's gonna be out there and be able to speak for that child? Because that child's scared. They go to court, they see all these adults, they're talking about their lives and they have no input. Who is going to speak for them? And as a CASA volunteer, you're the one that gets to go find out.
By going to different in-services and realizing via statistics or shared stories how many children there are in need. And there are more and more children in need that just come from all sorts of people and all sorts of families. And you just seize the day and keep at it.
Well, I thought maybe it would be nice if I had a boy from about 7 to 10 years old, but I ended up with 3 young girls, ages 1, 2, and 4.
As part of my court report, I was able to work with my 10-year-old CASA child to fill out what his wishes were on a worksheet. And we were able to turn that worksheet into the judge so that the judge would know what that child's wishes were.
It was the one thread throughout the entire process that had a consistent message of advocacy for the child.
Well, the instant rewards are the smiles on their faces. The long-term rewards are knowing that you've made a difference in that child's life.
Our kids need heroes. They need somebody to go to bat for them, no matter what anybody else is saying or thinking or recommending, or that's not how we do it, it's not by the books.
There are so many good people out there, and to show a child what a caring adult looks like.
Volunteers are the heart of CASA, and CASA would not exist without the caring individuals who serve as advocates for children. But unfortunately, what we're experiencing right now is such a shortage of CASA volunteers. We need more caring individuals from the community to step up and be a champion for a child.
If I could tell my CASA one thing today, it would be that I love her and I'm grateful for her, and I don't know what I would do without her.